Hello, welcome back. I am going to start this off by saying I promised myself that I would eat less sugar this year. I'm not one for really New Year's resolutions, you know, because you should kind of just do what you want to do whenever you want to do it. But I did promise myself that I would kind of dial down on the sugar just for the sake of my skin. Now, I know by all means my skin is not the worst. However, I think for my own sanity and my own body, I don't need to be eating the sugar that I do. But I'm gonna make a microwave cake. You know what I love about my vlogs specifically is that, to be quite frank, they can be a bit boring. If you're watching this and you're really bored, sorry, but I like to look back on this to see what I got up to. Plus, there's probably multiple other vloggers out there that do exactly what I'm about to say, but I don't feel like anyone I watch is very, apart from Zoe Sugg, that's it, are very relatable in the fact that weeks can look exactly the same. I'm not up to anything new each day. I work, so days are pretty similar in a sense, apart from if we do anything to the house or get out. But a lot of my time is spent indoors, especially when the weather looks like this. It's pretty sad out there. It's pretty windy, as you can see. The grass has been blown into this shape because it kind of goes into like a whirlwind with the grass in the back garden. The wind is mega and it has been raining a lot. Therefore, why on earth would I want to go outside? I almost see my vlogs a bit like I'm gonna really contradict myself now. A vlog is a video diary, but I kind of see them as if I'm like Good Luck Charlie and I'm doing like a daily video diary. What I got up to in my life. So in many years to come, I can look back and be like, wow, I'm so glad I videoed that and watched that back. That was really interesting, seeing myself say about how I'm not gonna eat sugar and I'm about to make a cake. But I have the most amazing mug ever. My nan bought me this over 10 years ago. Not the same mug, however, I did lose it, but I rebought it. It's pudding in a mug. This is from Ginger Fox. It is a pudding in a mug and it gives you the entire recipe from start to finish to get your pudding in a mug. I've also got casserole here that I made for dinner. We made this earlier this morning because Kyle is at work, so we needed to make it. It's gonna move everything out of the way. Let's get ingredients out. Whoa. Also, how lovely is this olive oil jar that we bought? This was from Maxx. I think it was like £2 or £3. But it's a glass reusable olive oil jar, which we really wanted something for a really long time. And we just thought, rather than getting a plain glass one, this looks lovely. So this is a new addition to the house. We need some milk. Oh, I think I've just got enough milk. So I'm gonna have to do a shop run in the morning to get some milk for Kyle's tea. Actually, I'm not even gonna say ours because I don't drink tea. I tend to only drink green or peppermint. However, I've run out of green, so I do need to get some of that. Sugar. Okay, so literally bang the ingredients together. Does anyone else have a phobia of flour? I always think, even if the flour's like a week old, that I'm gonna have bugs in it. I don't like it, it really freaks me out. So I always examine the flour when I've got it. Whoa, again, it's everywhere. I think we had it before with our rice. Yeah, it was the rice. And it was the most revolting thing I've ever seen. I hated it. It made me really uncomfortable. So ever since then, I always knew you could get bugs in it, but ever since I've experienced it, I'm very cautious. But there's an awful lot of sugar in here. So this isn't even a, wow, this is a tablespoon, and I've just put 2.5 in, and I possibly could get another half in. So I'm not gonna put the other half in. Not that it really matters at this point. I've just put quite a lot of sugar in. We now need an egg. This was one of my favourite Christmas presents when I was younger. I tell you what, my nan always got me, and actually still gets me, the best Christmas presents, but things that I would never have thought of getting myself. So like this, I would have never thought about buying one of these. I didn't even know they existed. I mean, it's not healthy, but it's the best snack when you're craving a bit of cake and you don't want to wait 40 minutes to bake one. Just got to make sure that every bit is mixed. So now we need 9 teaspoons of milk and 19 spoons of oil. There is actually enough milk for Kyle's tea in the morning, so that's a perk. And 9 teaspoons of, whoa, I don't even know if that was still a lucky shot. I do find this bit a bit odd, that you have to put oil in. There we go. And I've put quite a generous, whoa, yeah, I've put quite a generous squirt of gone syrup in here. Oops. I did actually have this the other day and I put chocolate powder in. Oh my god, please excuse the state of this chopping board. We've got castor oil residue, but this is what we got. It is literally cake mixture in a jar. So this goes into the microwave. It says to do 3 minutes. However, I think it takes a little bit longer. Let's put 3 on. Whilst that's cooking, we did actually have a very small house upgrade this week. Very exciting. We got light dimmers. We absolutely hate how bright the kitchen is. In the evening when you want to eat a meal, we just want it dimmed, you know? We have lamps, but they make it too dark. So we wanted to be able to dim the lights, especially in the evening, you know, just a bit bright. Excuse this, we had a little bit of the wall chip away when the electrician was fitting it. And we now have our dimmer. Yes, we did have an electrician do it as well. For all of you judges, I also thought the same thing, to be quite honest. When the electrician came, I did say to Carla I was a bit embarrassed because it takes about 2 seconds. I just didn't know what I'm doing, and I could have YouTubed it in all fairness, but it's Kyle's brother-in-law's company, so he is very kind and does a lot of favours for us, so we're very grateful for that. So he sorted us out that, so now we have dimmers. I was so oblivious. I thought you had to have special bulbs that dim, but it's all the wiring, isn't it? Makes sense. We're learning as we go. I've never owned a house before, never done anything in the house before, so no judging, but we've got dimmers. That's our house upgrade for the week. Whoa, can you see that? Oh my goodness, that is just popping out the top. It's the only thing that I find really hard with this. It just goes crazy really quickly. I think it's already going up again. Yeah, you can see it. It's gonna hit the roof of the microwave. I think I might just leave it. It can't go anywhere else, right? It's not gonna topple over. I think that's done. I'm kind of filming it from afar because the holes on top are a bit grim, but this is cake in a mug. I'm also normally really on top of watching Molly-Mae, so part 2, here we go. So I'm gonna enjoy my cake and I'm gonna watch the next, well, maybe not all of them, but I probably will. I've seen, oh gosh, this is very red. I've seen a lot of talk about it online, so I'm very excited to get stuck in. I hope you enjoyed this little snippet of me making a cake. I have literally just sweated out Molly-Mae's series. However, it's taken me a little bit longer. It's now 8:14 and I can't even remember when I made dinner, but it definitely was quite some time ago because I've paused these episodes and I've had a few FaceTime chats since I picked up. Actually, I've had dinner. I actually was baking the cake in the microwave when I put this on, so it has been some time, but I've just sweated it out. I absolutely love her series always, and I always think she gets so much stick online for everything she says, so she can't really say the right thing ever to anybody, I think, but I absolutely loved it and ended on a really nice high note. And now I am gonna go get in the tub. I really fancy a bath tonight. I also want to put on a face mask. I'll show you what one when I go upstairs, because my face just feels sad. I've been really suffering with my pores recently, and as you can see, I've got a few little ones. I have one on my chin that's not really a spot, it's just like a lump underneath my skin, and it's a bit sore. So I think my skin would really appreciate some love. So I'm gonna get a face mask on this evening. I feel like I've done this a bit of a bad order. I've got the bath running, as you can hear. So apologies if it's a bit loud, but the mask that I was on about is this one from Lush. I absolutely love Lush products, and this mask especially is one that me and my sister grew up using. I'm so sorry for like the bath getting louder. I just had to stop that for 2 seconds while I speak about this. Anyway, this is the one that me and my sister used growing up. So I asked for it on my wish list, and Kyle got it for me for Christmas. There were some others I wanted to try, but this was and has always been at the top of my list, I guess, until I try other face masks. But it is just such a nice feeling, and it's a bit minty. What's actually in it? That is it the mint? It's got peppermint oil in it, and you can tell that because it smells very strong of mint, and it also, you can feel it on your skin. It has felt really nice getting back into skincare this year. I kind of started just before Christmas actually taking care of my skin again. I feel like the past year I've just really let my routine go and not prioritize my skin in the slightest, and I've definitely felt the difference from not looking after my skin. There we go, and I'll let that sit. I don't even know, I mean, if you know me, I'm one to always follow rules, and this says for 10 minutes, so that is roughly how long I keep it on. I have used this on my chest as well when I had the flu and I was just recovering and felt like giving myself a bit of a pick-me-up. I also used this on my chest and it was very nice. Also says that you can use it on your back as well. So this mask is on the top of my recommendations.
That's right, there's nothing wrong with my way of cutting.
I just had a tantrum.
I do not have tantrums.
You just had a tantrum.
Oh, tell me I'm cutting incorrectly.
I didn't say that. I gave Kyle a very handy tip of how to cut pepper so you don't get the seeds everywhere. We have just got back from Dunelm because I've been wanting this veggie basket for a while to pop my onions and my peppers in. Very happy with this. So I'm gonna pop my onions and peppers in here.
Power is power.
I freed up a lot of room in the fridge.
Yep.
Well,
lovely.
I have like a organiser in the fridge drawer to put like loose things in, but now that I've got the basket, there we go, doesn't that look nicer? And then I can pop it down here.
Is that mould?
I think so. Should be alright, just cut it off. You just sniff it.
Oh. Oh my god.
Oh my god. Why has it gone that...
Jesus, I've never seen a mouldy onion.
How long have we had that? I said that really weird. That's a fresh onion. You have to use that one.
I've never seen it on the leather before.
No, that's disgusting. Maybe if I just put the potatoes... I'll just do that. Put potatoes back. Oh, that really excites me. We've also got soft tacos tonight, and whilst we're in Dunelm, we found these, which I thought would actually get used. It's not one of those things that you buy and never use it. And I've also needed some measuring scoops, which I did pick up. Look at those! Yum! Yum!
This looks boring at the minute.
It has been a few days since I last picked up the camera. Apologies, this video is not as exciting and not much is going on. I really like watching my own videos. But I've come here to finalise this video. I've just finished editing and I thought I would mention I am completely hooked by this book. I am about halfway, maybe just under, actually just under. But I'm going to read some of my book tonight. It is already 10 o'clock. I've been, oh god, editing that video took way longer than what I was thinking. I'm going to read some of my book. We've also just had like a very family orientated past few days. My sister's been down, so hence why I haven't picked up the camera. I've just been enjoying time with her. And before that, I can't even begin, literally nothing's happened. The only thing I've done today is buy some wood to block in our pipes, which will then be in next week's video, as you'll see. I'm hoping to start it tomorrow. But I say that I do need a power saw because doing that with the actual like hand saw will just not work. So we'll see where that takes us. But that is literally it this week. It's been a bit of a quiet week, to be honest. I just am waiting for spring to come. The weather's a bit more dry and a bit more light. Oh, and then we can start making a move a bit on a lot of the garden things that don't take up a lot of money and also don't require days and days of work. There's just a few little tweaks we want to do, so I'm excited for that. A teeth update for anybody that's been following or is interested. I have got my Vivera retainers. They came in the post about 2 days ago, so they're a lot more comfortable. They're not as bulky and they are trimmed right down to the tooth instead of kind of going over the gum. So I've been wearing these the past 2 days. Not really much changed, to be honest, but I've got to wear these for 22 hours a day for 3 months, which is great. I was really hoping to start weaning off, to be honest, by this point, but there we go. And then I'll have to wean off, so it could be like 20 hours a day for 3 months. I literally have no idea. All I know is I've got to wear them for 22 hours a day for 3 months. Also, something that's really exciting, Kyle's mum has just got a puppy and it is the cutest thing in the world. I'll insert some pictures here. Where the puppy's so young, all the skin is so flabby, so it constantly looks like angry because the skin is so flapping, but it is the sweetest little puppy. So that was a really nice Sunday. That's us up to date, so I'm gonna say goodbye and thank you very much for watching if you've watched. And I'll see you next weekend with another video.